In this WrestleTalk news, Kevin Owens' WWE future, American Badass Taker return, my review of Raw, and more. Super click the subscribe button and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos. And it's not just the American Badass who's returning. Thanks to Kevin Patrick's excellent interviewing game last night, we also have the Subscribe Crab. Subscriber Crab. Subscriber Crab. Subscriber Crab. Please subscribe.
Support WrestleTalk!
Over the past few months, my long-running joke of enter WWE superstar name here to AEW confirmed has become a reality, proving that you too can manifest your dreams if you internalize them enough. Come on, Brock Lesnar versus Orange Cassidy. We've had CM Punk made his All Elite Wrestling return, Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole let their WWE contracts expire to choose AEW, and potentially soon, the current free agent Bray Wyatt will debut too. One of the other heavily rumoured talent defections is Kevin Owens, whose contract reportedly expires in January 2022. Apparently those in WWE don't think KO will sign a new deal, and there have been references between Owens and his former stablemates, the Young Bucks and Adam Cole on Twitter, with the Bucks mentioning Mount Rushmore, the name of their PWG faction. Is there anyone the Bucks aren't in a faction with? But now, in a shocking change of traffic direction, Mount Rushmore reference to WWE confirmed. On last night's Raw, during a promo segment between Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins and Big E, where they argued who was the best face of WWE, Big E mentioned that there can only be one face, as this isn't Mount Rushmore, which sounds a bit too contrived to be coincidental. Additionally, in that same promo, KO spoke about always giving the fans something to remember, whether it's for 3 more months or 3 more years, seemingly referencing the amount of time he's got until his contract expiration. Do you want to see Kevin Steen in AEW? His run in Ring of Honor circa 2012 is one of my all-time favourite characters. Let me know in the comments down below because I'll be replying to people for the first 30 minutes after this video goes live from out of the Subscriber Crab. Subscriber Crab. Oh, please subscribe. WWE sees your Kevin Steen to AEW confirmed and raises American Badass Undertaker return confirmed. The dead man supposedly retired from in-ring competition at Survivor Series 2020. Choose Your Own Adventure Netflix series not included. But as part of the on-sale party for the launch of WrestleMania 38 tickets on November the 10th, WWE has advertised who will be in attendance. Doudrop, The Street Profits, Rhea Ripley, Big E, Almost a Superhero, Nikki Almost a Superhero, and biggest of all, Reggie. And also American Badass Taker. This could mean many things, from simply the PR department just using the wrong graphic for the advert, to The Undertaker bringing back his most Texas of gimmicks at WrestleMania 38 in his home state of Texas. Double Texas! Texas squared! What do you think the announcement means? Let me know in the comments. But before the biggest show of WWE's calendar year, we've got NXT 2.0's first big show of its rebranding, which Brandon Thurston is reporting will be on Sunday the 5th of December. He couldn't confirm if TakeOver will continue to be the brand name, so expect it to be called TakeOver. TakeOver. Or seeing that it's Vince McMahon who's still in charge, no Triple H, you can't take over my company, I'm still here. But NXT 2.0 aren't the only ones doing a new show, as Andrew Zarian is reporting AEW will have a TV special on January 8th called Battle of the Belts, as the Clash of Champions name is currently owned by WWE. This is thought to be separate from their usual Dynamite or Rampage TV episodes. Battle of the Belt is a name that was originally used by the NWA in the 80s, because Cody's part of that company. Now it's time for my review of last night's Raw in about 5 minutes. Thanks for your support on Patreon, the $100 man CD Horver, and Mad Mac the Meat Father, who is an incredible human being. I had a phone call with him last week. He eats and cooks so much delicious meat food. Go over to patreon.com/WrestleTalk now so you can get your own personalized calls with us too. This episode kicked off in style, with the big Women's Championship main event announced a whole week in advance, effectively cold opening the show, which also has Bianca Belair fighting for a title. Goddammit, we're getting a DQ finish, aren't we? Following separate gorilla position promos, where Becky Lynch said everyone keeps booing her, "They're really not, Becky, we all like you too much." The two had a terrific match going through 2 commercial breaks, with Lynch's charisma making a delicious wrestling cocktail alongside Belair's incredible strength spots. The final third saw several excellent near falls, including a 2.999999999 foot on the ropes off a man slam from Bianca, but ultimately Becky cheated to win, exposing the turnbuckle, pushing Belair into it, then rolling her up. It was a great match, but it was also another loss for Belair. There's only so many times she can lose, protected with a DQ finish or not. And if the Charlotte Flair match was the tipping point on her momentum, this contest was sadly Bianca's continuing descent into WWE's irreparably booked babyfaces. Later in the show, Lynch cut a "You People" promo, "We honestly still like you, Becky, please stop making us boo you," and vowed to give someone else a title shot. Enter Liv Morgan into frame, who was presumably standing directly in Becky's eye line anyway, presumably leaving Belair for the illustrious title of Team Raw Captain at Survivor Series. Because I know Survivor Series is in 2 episodes' time, WWE, even if you don't. The format change of Just Wrestling continued next, with gorilla position promos from Rey Mysterio, Austin Theory, and full-on Kevin Crabtree, who had to be in a half squat for the entire interview segment. "The burn, Rey! Rey's just too short! My hands can't take it!" Rey and Theory had a decent match with a smart finish. Austin had already kicked Dom on the outside, so Jr. got revenge by slapping Theory in the 619 position in full view of the referee. Rey had the match won, but his son's emotions cost him the victory, protecting Theory with yet another win and providing a really good way to further Dom's eventual heel turn on his father. After a very wrestling-focused opening hour, which felt like WWE experimenting with their own format, the second hour started pretty much with the usual Raw copy and paste script. Seth Rollins came down to gloat about winning last week's ladder match, Biggie interrupted, and then Kevin Owens interrupted, setting up a KO versus Biggie match for the main event, which is the first time ever in WWE. I'm genuinely surprised that's never happened before. This was where KO explicitly said in the middle of a WWE ring, "I am going to AEW, I love you, Tony Khan." Queen Zelina pinned Almost a Superhero, Nikki Almost a Superhero in a women's tag match with Carmella and Rhea Ripley respectively, presumably setting up a tag title feud there. The rest of the women's roster were shown watching this from backstage. I don't know why, as there wasn't a single other team there. Veer Mahan is coming to Raw, despite having actually been there since May. Also, Veer Mahan sounds like Vince McMahon. After Big E called Otis a human thumb, Chad Gable then took on Finn Balor in a nice technical match with back and forth holds. Finn sold his left ankle really well and held on to Gable's superplex for a pinning cradle. Titus O'Neil got a building and a school named after him. I know we have a lot of jokes about Titus, but seriously, what an excellent human being. Start a chant for Titus in the comments. A nice one. Welcome to Monday Night SmackDown, and the latest edition of the Street Profits versus those damn dirty dogs. RK Bro provided something different on commentary, with Riddle reacting to the match like me watching Die Hard drunk, but nobody can overcome just how goddamn tall Amos is. His entrance distracted Ford enough for Ziggler to get the win, and credit to WWE, they made Amos feel significantly more intimidating, having loads of officials and referees trying to stop him as soon as he walked out, and he destroyed the babyfaces, Riddle included, at ringside. While AJ Styles is needed as part of Amos's act to do the, actual wrestling, having Amos by himself feels a lot more threatening without AJ's tendency towards goofiness. This is the second week AJ has missed. The segment ended with Amos and Randy Orton staring at each other from across the ring. Damian Priest cut a promo on having a demon in him before the match, and then Corey Graves said Priest is the walking embodiment of the battle between good and evil. You know what, maybe they are doing a Jekyll and Hyde gimmick actually. He took on T-Bar in a no DQ match after last week's non-finish, where some sickening kendo shots to the stomach caused him to Hulk out, awesomely wailing on T-Bar with a chair, chokeslamming him through a table outside, which exploded in the most satisfying way possible, and hitting the Reckoning to win. I thought Priest's facials and intensity for his evil persona were fantastic, but, why not just be like that all the time you're wrestling? Props to T-Bar too, who was so good here, I started calling him Dijak in my notes and forgot T-Bar and Retribution were ever a thing. Apollo Crews challenged Priest afterwards, setting up the next US title program. Reggie escaped the latest 24/7 title chase, and the main event saw KO take on Big E in a stiffly worked meat slab match, with a mid-match slap fight and Owens seriously laying in those sentons. Even Jeff Hardy is probably backstage like, Kev, Ease off, mate. The finish was really well booked too. Seth hit Big E behind the referee's back, which KO saw happen, but rather than let Big E recover, he went for the pin. That pin was reversed into a Big E victory, possibly because Owens' heart wasn't in it because he knew he was cheating. But in that same way we've seen KO's warped sense of pride eat him from the inside before, he immediately started apologizing to Big E after the match, saying it was a mistake. Big E, being a smart babyface and probably remembering all the times Owen has turned on his friends, just gave him a big ending in reply. A KO heel turn, a manipulative, cackling Rollins, John. And now a Big E who can't trust anyone. In one match, WWE actually set up a psychologically deep main event program dynamic. What did you think of Raw? Let me know in the comments. 72% of you voted for KO betrays everyone in the end. Well, this had a lot of good wrestling on the show, and I'm really interested in the men's title picture now. It also felt like very little happened in 3 hours. This week's Raw is 3 out of 5. Now find out 10 matches WWE doesn't want you to see.
WWE have produced a lot of wrestling matches in their time, and they'd very much like to sit you down and make sure you watch each and every one of them Clockwork Orange style. More wrestling, more, get it in your eyeballs. After all, that is why they made their own streaming service, stuffed to the brim with their own back catalogue, although you could argue that WWE's current performance on Peacock might mean they don't actually want you to watch any of their matches live anymore.